Welcome to Reuben's Indian Kitchen. I'm your host Reuben, and today we're making tortas with an Indian twist.
That was good. That was good, but I think it can be better. Can we just get it on me real quick? Let's just do this. All right. Welcome to Reuben's Indian Kitchen. Today I got my good friend Reuben on, and we're going to be making tortas with a little Indian twist. See how that?
Yeah, that actually works.
Don't adjust
really
your televisions or your laptop screens or your phone screens or whatever you're watching this on. There's two of us here. It's crazy how similar we look, but we're both named Reuben.
If you can zoom in here, which camera are we looking at?
We're both named Reuben. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
This is wild. So we're going to be making some tortas, which are Mexican sandwiches. Mm-hmm. Usually, what's in this thing?
Usually there's milanesa. It's like fried pork or fried.
Yeah, we have it on, and it has the bread and all these different components.
I like to make it, so I like to be extra and make it on a concha.
Check these things out.
My friend Roxy, shout out to Roxy, Mexipino, Philly. She made Indian-inspired conchas.
Look at that. Look at those colors.
Look at that. Look at that.
The Indian flag colors.
Our motherland.
Motherland representing hard today.
On a concha.
So what's the first thing we got to get going?
First thing, we're going to get the keema going. So keema is like a traditional Indian dish made with beef. You could also use chicken, turkey, ground, whatever ground meat you could use. And we're going to start out with the aromatics. So that means I am going to get the onions first. Actually, no, the garlic ginger paste first, and then the onions. You got oil? We're actually going to use ghee.
Our favorite fat to use in this kitchen.
Very favorite, and it's going to smoke up your house if you don't use it. Like if you use it. You want me to do the right here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Perfect.
So we got that going. So the story of how Reuben and I connected is actually really, really funny. I have a childhood friend, Gabe, and Gabe is a Puerto Rican guy, and he went to the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America.
Yep, the Harvard of all culinary
one of the best culinary schools around. And like when he got there, maybe like a couple days after he got there, he texted me and he was like, "This is gonna sound crazy, but I met this guy and he reminds me of you." He was like, he's Indian, he talks like you, he acts like you, and he's like, but here's the weirdest part. His name is also Reuben, right? And I was like, all right, it's probably exaggerating a little bit. And then
he came up to me and he had a double take and he's like, wait, your name is Reuben?
It was so funny because then I was like, well, he's probably exaggerating a little bit. There's no way it's that similar. And then I saw him on Facebook, because this was before Instagram was really a thing. And we're old. And we were on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's the same. And funny enough, we both lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, 65 pounds for me.
Yeah,
but I probably gained it over the pandemic. So
we were both really big at one point, and then we both lost a lot of weight. We both love Mexican food.
Yeah.
And
we both are we have the same religion too.
Yeah,
we're both Christians.
It's
crazy. It's rare for Indians to be Christians around and we're both from north.
Yeah.
Yeah, the North Indian Christians are super rare because usually Christians in India are on the south. So I was like, damn, you're North Indian Christian? That's like even rarer.
So you're working on the aromatics. Yep. I'm gonna get the Rajma going. So why don't you explain what Rajma is today?
So Rajma is another Indian dish, which is beans, but I like to make Rajma and turn it into refried beans, because why not?
Yeah, it's the same thing pretty much. We can just do it.
Pretty much the same thing. So what I love to do, why I love Mexican cuisine, is a lot of Indian spices and Mexican spices can bridge together easily, and it just tastes amazing. And my best friend and I, we went to Mexico for a month, and we ate throughout a bunch of different cities, and we went throughout Mexico and had a blast. It was amazing. So I got to learn a lot when I came back. And I just love Mexican cuisine because the backbone of our industry is pretty much all Mexican workers.
Yeah.
And working with them, you become like a family. So they teach you their own, at the end of the night, I used to be a chef at Budokan. And at Budokan, we, after our shift, we would make a bunch of tacos and a bunch of sauces and everything. It's amazing.
So I'm gonna get the Rajma going. You want me to start with some ghee?
Yeah, start with the ghee. Get the onions in first. once the onions are a little wilted, you're gonna add the aromatics, like the spices and stuff.
Sweet.
So I'm just waiting for these onions to go down a little bit, and then I will add the keema, which keema also means ground beef.
Yeah.
Or anything. Keema actually means anything ground meat.
This is a great. It's almost like a bolognese.
Oh yeah.
I try to
Just dry, a little dry though.
Sure, I feel like whenever I try to describe Indian food to like my American friends, I always say, it's like yeah, it's like and it's like common dish. Like with this, I think it's like an Indian bolognese.
Yeah.
Like when my mom makes like poha or something.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's like Indian puffed rice, and I'm like, Mom, she's not wrong though. I'm waiting for this ghee to melt.
Yeah, I'm waiting for these onions to at least get a little bit of color, and then we'll add the keema. And I'm sure like you guys will pull up the recipes for everyone to follow and stuff.
So speaking of Mexican food, Reuben over here actually makes some stellar tamales, which he sells.
Yeah, so
from time to time, you do like a little pop-up sales.
So for Christmas, I always make like a bunch of butter chicken tamales. So butter chicken is an Indian curry, which is like the most basic curry you could find anywhere, and so it's like a sweet savory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it really goes well with the masa inside of the tamale. And
we made it on
people,
here before.
really?
We made butter chicken on here before. They know.
Yeah. Oh, they know.
They know if they've been keeping up.
So I have my own butter chicken recipe, and that recipe goes really well with masa. And I combine them together, and people are going crazy over these tamales. And I'm thinking of doing them more often because I usually just do them for Christmas. Because making tamales during Christmas is like the most Mexican thing you could do. It's more traditional.
And making tamales is not like an easy feat either. That is a time-consuming thing to do.
I have to teach my little Indian mom how to make masa. So she's like, oh my god, because she makes rotis, parathas, naans, all these Indian bread doughs and everything, and she knows how to deal with giant like portions of dough. So I taught her how to do that. We're good with the keema.
Okay.
Oh, actually no, the aromatics. So this is crushed coriander. And this is Garam Masala. We got powdered coriander also, so the thing with coriander, it's one of my favorite spices. Coriander, and if you crush it, it gives you a little bit more of a flavor. If you grind it, it gives you a little deeper flavor.
Yeah, especially if you toast it on your own too.
It's crazy how Indian spices work with different methods. So you gotta have it crushed, you gotta have it powdered. And a little black pepper, chicken powder, and they go towards the end.
Okay. So you're using chicken powder.
Yeah, I'm using chicken powder. That's like the secret thing.
It's all the MSG in here, man.
Yeah.
It's all the MSG
you know it.
right
You know
here.
it. I can't just be like, oh, look, I'm using MSG, but you could.
We were talking. Yeah,
we were mask it with chicken powder because as a kid, I was actually addicted to ramen packets, and I would sneak the packets, and my mom would be like, "Why is there just noodles inside of the packet?"
See, I would take it a step further. I would crush the noodles in the bag, and then I would pour the powder in it and shake it.
No, bro,
and then eat it as a snack.
I like
a salty little snack.
Yeah, I straight up like put it in my palm and licked it like a crazy person.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
after taking shots of maple syrup. So. I was a little. Now you know why I lost 65 pounds.
All right.
So I'm gonna let this cook a little bit. You smell that? Like you guys can probably smell it too if you had smell-o-vision on TV.
Not the smell-o-vision.
Not the smell-o-vision. Next thing I'm gonna start saying "bam."
Oh man, I guess we should kick it up a notch. No? Okay. Studio audience didn't get that one.
I know because.
All right.
You should have a clapping noise. Now we can add this in.
The beef. So I'm just using 80-20, right?
Yeah, 80-20, perfect. 80-20 is perfect. You can use lean meat, but come on, like fat has flavor.
Flavor. We just use ghee.
Like look at us, like we're a little fatties.
Yeah,
we got a bunch of flavor.
Yeah, we are. So these onions are starting to cook.
So once you put the meat inside, you got just break it up, mix it as much as you can. You want to incorporate it. It's gonna be a little hard in this pan. I'm gonna try my best.
So I'm gonna add the spices to this next.
Yes, add the spices.
So with this we have garam masala. And what else do we have here? The garlic
A
powder?
little bit of garlic powder, just for a little bit of flavor. And we need salt. Where's that little? I wish so. Usually at home, I have a giant bowl of salt where I just go like. So we're a little tight here, so I'll be here for a couple of hours doing this. I'm sorry.
Again, we're just going to be blooming our spices in here, just like he did with those onions right there. I'm doing with these thinly sliced onions.
You can add the salt to the onion so the liquid comes out. That way, the liquid will evaporate, and you don't have to keep waiting.
Be your little cleanup guy over here.
Yeah.
All right, so talk about tortas a little bit. Why are we doing a torta?
So we're doing a torta because I'm from Queens, and the first ever Mexican cuisine experience I've ever had was under a Subway. There was a little opening, like a little hut, and in this hut they sell a bunch of tacos, a bunch of tortas, like traditional ones, and I was there with my dad, and we were eating tacos, and this one guy came up and said, "You got to try this. Like, it's really, really good." And I was like, "All right." So when I had it, it was filled with cheese. It was filled with this. They put in these greens, which are like super aromatic, but not a lot of people love it because it's like it has a distinguished smell. Like it's called pompano, and it's really tasty, but you got to get used to it. So they had that in there. They had whatever meat. I didn't even ask where it was from. They had all this cheese inside, and I just fell in love with the sandwich. And ever since, I've been eating it all over the place. So in Miami, I had the best one because it was straight up pork skin, like cut up pork skin in like a red sauce.
I'm down with that. Swine is fine with me, baby.
Swine is fine, like your tattoo, bro. I like.
Yeah,
that's the best thing I've ever seen.
He was talking about my.
This is amazing.
Talking about my Miss Piggy tattoo right here. He really loved that.
I could not believe that.
This is a really good conversation piece. I like to tell people it's to remind me of my ex-girlfriend.
Oh my God, savage!
I'm just kidding.
What a savage! What a savage!
All right. How are we looking over there, Chef? Huh?
Not bad. Oh, this is good. You can add the Rajma. You added everything else?
Yeah, cool. I just need to add the beans.
Yep. Just cook it down until it's a bit soft, and then you could put it in the.
All right.
In the mixer.
So I remember my first experience with a torta as well.
Yeah,
I think I had the torta cubana.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is my favorite. It has a hot dog in it with a pork Milanese. It is amazing.
Yeah, inspired by a Cuban sandwich, pretty much.
Yeah, it is just a really well-balanced sandwich.
Yep.
Especially if you get the pickled jalapeno in there and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, you could pretty much put anything in a torta. It's not that like. It's not that hard.
All right. Let's see here. So what's this little logo on your apron there? You got to tell the people about that.
Oh yeah. So where is it? Oh,
there you go. There you go.
There it is. Resueño. So this is my brand, pretty much. So it's a dream. It's a concept I've been working on for a while, and it's Mexican cuisine, but inspired by my worldly travel. So I like to travel around the world a lot. And I also love tacos and stuff. So I make different type of tacos using other countries' ingredients and stuff. And that's what the brand is, and that's what the concept will be, which I've been working on. Due to some injuries and fallbacks, I had to stop it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I was supposed to be on season 1, but I could not because of an injury. So, but I'm here because I promised him I would make it.
Yeah, we had to have.
We had it was a given. We're 2 Reubens. We got to do this. All right. Now that you can see it. Now that the meat's a little brown, I'm gonna add all the rest of the stuff. So this is half a cup of yogurt. This is tomato. Well, I usually use tomato paste, but you guys can use tomato sauce also if you have it. But don't use the whole can. The tomato paste, you use the whole can. The reason why is the tomato paste is a little drier, The main thing for this dish is you want to get all the liquid out. So make it as dry as you can.
Sweet.
And the tart part is also a thing. So
I'm using bird's eye chilies.
Yeah. I used to. You could put as many as you want. And right now I'm adding in the chili powder. Also, you could put in as much as you want because this will light you up and you will feel it the next day.
Yes. I mean, I like my food crazy spicy.
Yeah,
I
same.
ate at a Thai place by me, and they asked me how spicy I want it. They only go from 1 to 5, and they gave me a 17. That's like not even alive. And one time I went there and I didn't order it spicy because I was sharing it with a friend, and they started to freak out because they were like, "Why didn't you get it spicy? You didn't get it spicy. You didn't say spicy." I was like, "Well, I'm sharing it with a friend. I'm not trying to kill him." All right, I think we're good there on the Rajma.
Yeah, so the last thing I add is the chicken powder. So that way it doesn't like cook inside of it. You can taste a little bit of that umami. This actually gives the umami flavor. Which umami is really not a thing in Indian cuisine. Oh shit, sorry.
All right.
Cut that
All right.
out. So this actually will take a while.
So we're gonna let that simmer for a little
let
bit.
that simmer.
We got this. So we have some other components over here. Let's talk about that while that is simmering over there.
How are the beans?
They're good. You can blend those up whenever you're ready.
All right, cool. And then this is Queso Oaxaca, so it comes from the region of Oaxaca, pretty much. You can tell by the name. My friend and I, we actually went to actual Oaxaca and tried it and saw it when it was being made, and it was amazing. And there's a local place that I go to in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and they always have it freshly made. So
It's like Mexican
shout out to that place.
mozzarella.
I forgot what it's called, like La Mexican. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm sorry.
All right. So that looks like it's ready
All
to
right,
be.
you wanna mix that
blended.
up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Here, I got you.
Sweet.
Well, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna blend this up over here. Sweet. Oh, just gonna steal this.
Yeah, just use that.
And I'm gonna mash these up so they resemble refried beans.
Where do you keep the spoons? I'm gonna scoop it out with a spoon.
Oh, right here.
Why is it making a noise? Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's gonna turn, it's gonna look exactly like refried beans when I blend this all up. I just gotta push down some of these onions that didn't want to go.
I'm gonna use my favorite knife for these.
Yeah, tell them about that knife.
Oh, so this knife was when I became a sous chef at Budokan, I thought I deserved something nice. You can see it's a custom made. It's like not that shiny right now because I'm using it. It's a custom made Japanese knife from Sekai City. I got to choose my own like mammoth bone fossil, and it took
Talking
a
about
year.
dinosaurs.
It took a year to get this. Shout out to Corin Knives in New York City, my favorite place.
Let's throw a little bit of salt in here. And honestly, I could just eat a bowl of this right now.
Yeah, Kim's gonna take a little bit of time.
It's all right. So about how long is this keema going to take to like simmer down and
So
cook
usually,
down?
like, if you're making this at home, the whole process takes at least 25 to like 30 minutes, depending on how much keema you're using. So the keema is actually taking the liquid out right now, and that's actually the part you got to wait for. And then once it dries up, you're gonna add Kasturi methi, which we don't have because we couldn't find it. Kasturi methi is methi. What is it in English? I forgot the name.
It's pretty much fenugreek.
Fenugreek, yeah. All right, fenugreek. So fenugreek, we use dried fenugreek to end the Actual keema. It gives it like a really, really aromatic thing. I usually, when I make this at home, I eat it the next day because the fenugreek inside blooms and it gives it an amazing taste.
It's like any like stew or soup type thing. It's always better the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Like Indian food in general, if you cook it and eat it the next day, it's going to be amazing. So
Reuben was kind enough to already bring a batch.
So yeah, we have a batch already
that
made,
has been
of
cooking
course.
here for a little bit. So I'm gonna bring a spoon out. You're gonna see the difference between what it looks like now.
What it's supposed to be finished. So you want to zoom in on it?
Yep. So you can see like how this is so much darker and richer.
Yeah.
Because this has just been cooking down and really just intensifying all those flavors. I mean, this is going to be good now, but you just have to let those flavors kind of cook together because this is super delicious and this is going to be so intense and great. And this is good too, but like I said, you want to let this work and you want to let this kind of cook down and simmer and all those flavors get to know each other. You know, they have a little mixer in there.
Hey, what's up?
Have a little party, you know? So we have avocado.
We got avocados cut. I'm going to rip the cilantro by hand. I will start, actually we can start assembling it. Well, because the keema's done, right?
Yep, so we have the beans.
We got the beans. The beans.
We have the keema.
Thank
I'll
you.
give you my big old spoon.
Guys, I see a bunch of these like TikTok videos and all this like stuff, and people aren't wearing like gloves. And my friend and I are always sending each other these pictures or videos saying like, "Damn, these guys are serving people without gloves. Like it's COVID times. Like, wear your gloves, please." All right.
So what's the first thing? You need the bread.
You need the concha.
And if they can't get these, which...
You can't get these unless you holler at Mexipino Philly
But what can they
on
use
Instagram.
instead?
Oh, they could use an actual... I actually forgot the name of the Mexican bread. I had it remembered.
Sorry, well, they can use...
There's a specific bread for
Yeah.
tortas, but I like to be extra and use a concha. And I like to be extra and use a concha that has Indian colors on it. So...
And we can also use... I mean, if you really can't find those two breads, you can probably use a ciabatta.
You can use a ciabatta. Just don't use, like, Wonder Bread, please.
Yeah.
It'll piss me off.
You don't want to make him mad. You wouldn't like him
You don't
when
want
he's
to...
angry.
Yeah, I don't... No.
Just don't make him angry.
Well, once you cut it, it will crumble. So just cut it like slightly so to get the aesthetics like nice and clean. So first layer, I will start with. Do you have another spatula?
Sure. I can get you one right now.
2 more, please, if you can.
Here's one.
And then, yeah, actually, I could work with this. All right.
So first layer is
Damn,
what?
look at this like Rajma. Damn, it looks so good.
It does look good.
Good job. I'm a proud Reuben for Reuben.
Yeah, look at the Rubes making each other proud, huh?
Got the nice layer of that refried Rajma. I'm pretty sure my family and any other Indians like, what the hell is this? And then on top of the Rajma, I'm gonna put the keema. Nice layer of keema. I don't know if the up camera is getting this. Trying to hold it up for you guys.
So yeah, I mean you could see how just this liquid is just kind
it's
of
coming. All right, cool.
just
I can put it
reducing
down.
and it's just doing its thing. It's
Yeah.
gonna probably be about another 10 minutes over here, but like I said, we already have the one done.
This almost reminds me of like sloppy Joe,
Yeah.
but like not that sloppy. Now the traditional way is like put a pile of Queso Oaxaca, which is my favorite thing to do. Oof.
That is a
That's a pile.
That's a big old pile.
A big ass pile, actually. Well, that's what they do. So, and I like to add a little bit of. And then you take your washed cilantro. Don't forget to wash it because you're gonna feel all that greediness inside. You're gonna add that, and then finish it off with your beautifully cut avos. You want another layer of avocado in there?
I think that's perfect right there.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
All right. I'm gonna spread it out a bit. And then
I got a plate
squeeze
for you
it down.
right
You got
here.
a plate?
Right
I'm
here.
gonna change my gloves so I don't make a mess. Actually, leave these out. Whatever.
Should we get a beautiful cross section for the camera?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it right now. So how'd you get into cooking?
My mom. Is your mom a pretty big inspiration for you too?
Well, actually, my family has a bunch of chefs, but my grandfather was my inspiration because every weekend, my grandfather and my mother would cook together, and we'd have family over every weekend, and I loved it as a kid. Like, I love family get-togethers, but my grandfather passed away, and it meant a lot to me that he was the one that introduced me to culinary, like everything food-wise that I fell in love with, and his name is like right here. Once you guys hand onto my arm, yeah, right there, Sunny Asaram, wherever you are, I love you. But yeah, he was my inspiration. He was the chef of the family, and he did all. All right, you guys ready?
Money shot. It's the money shot.
All right. Get in there. Get in there.
Hold it.
Get in there. Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Look at that. That is a
Look at
husky
that.
boy.
Beautiful.
That is a husky
Beautiful.
boy. And I'm not talking about Rube. I'm talking about the sandwich.
Come on. I'm going to put it down gently right here. You got that, like, just like that. Take care of this mess real quick.
You want to make another one while we?
Yeah, sure. I'll send another one. You can eat that.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I gotta do that Guy Fieri thing when he eats, when he what does he do? Like the haunch thing, right? Isn't that what Guy Fieri does? And you gotta do a bite.
Oh, you got mayo that I pulled out. That looks like ice cream. I'll put the mayo on this up. So you can also add mayo to it, but sometimes I don't like to put the mayo because it overtakes the whole flavor. But how is it?
It's so good. The best part, my favorite part about this is the concha because it just adds just a little bit of sweetness.
Right? It's
like
a perfect balance. It's a perfect balance.
It adds like the perfect amount of sweetness to this whole thing.
Look how beautiful that looks. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a sexy sandwich.
It is a good looking sandwich. So you got to get a bite now too, man.
Oh, well.
You got to get a bite of that one.
Fine. Hopefully I look good eating this.
Oh, we all look good eating it. Oh, yeah. It's not a clean sandwich. This is definitely not like a date, not a first date sandwich at least. It is so good. It is so delicious.
I hate talking about my food as if it's amazing, but
it's good, right? It's really good.
You could say it.
It's so good. Oh man. You guys have to make this at home.
There's layers and layers of flavors in every single bite. You feel all the flavors. I actually forgot to put mayo on top, but I'm glad I didn't because it would have been too much.
So you guys can also get conchas at like your local Mexican grocery. We have a ton of them around here in Wilmington, a couple in around Delaware. Just to totally get this bread out there. It's super delicious. I mean, it is great. It is a well-balanced sandwich. I'm gonna go for another bite. You guys need to make this one at home. And when you guys make it, tag us, tag Reuben and Reuben. Where can we find you on Instagram?
You can find me at chef _Ruby.
Ruby.
And my other professional page is
It'll be right
Chef
here.
Reuben Philly.
So you guys will be able to see both of those down here. And you guys can hit him up when he has his butter chicken tamales.
On my professional page, I always do drops of my hot sauce and my tamales or any other pop-ups that are coming up. So you guys can follow me.
And you know this hot sauce is going to be good because it's called Ruby Red.
Yeah.
You know the name Reuben is synonymous with tasty things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on, Reuben.
Of course, man.
This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me. Like, this was amazing.
We had such a great time showing you guys. I hope you guys make the
everyone's
sandwich.
amazing.
And tag us both in it. Thank you guys for tuning in.